All right, here's a question where we need to use distance, speed, and time in order to figure out an unknown. Typically with these you have two things. So um, uh, in this one, this will be the first part of the trip, and then this will be the second part of the trip. So the distance they traveled in the first part was 120. Um, and we don't know how fast he went, so I'll call it S. And then he went 100, and he was 10 miles an hour slower. So it would be the original speed minus 10. And then the total time of the trip was 4 hours. So what was the speed during each part of the trip? So this, I don't really know what this time is. I could maybe call it time one and time two, maybe. And I guess I know that time one plus time two is equal to 4. So if I can manipulate this equation here for time, then I can plug that in right here. And same thing here, manipulate this equation for time. I'll plug it in there. Let's try it. So the formula is distance equals rate times time. And so time is equal to distance divided by the rate. If you divide both sides by r, these cancel, you're left with d over r. So for time 1, the distance is 120, and the rate is s. And then for time 2, the distance is 100, and the rate is s minus 10. So I'm going to plug this everywhere I see a t1. So 120 over s plus, and this is going in for time 2, 100 over s minus 10. And that's equal to 4. So there I've got an equation that only has one variable, s, which is good. So to solve this, I've got s's on the bottom. I'm going to want to multiply lowest by a lowest common denominator, which is s times s minus 10, and s times s minus 10. I'm going to have to multiply every term by that, s and s minus 10. So in the first one, the s's cancel, left with 120 times s minus 10, plus the s minus 10's cancel, so I'm left with 100s, is equal to, and now here I've got 4s, I'm going to have to multiply that through. So it'll be 4s squared minus 40s. Is that right? 4s squared minus 40s, yep. Okay, so now I'll need to collect like terms. The s squared is positive over here, so I'll leave it there. Minus 40s. Oh, I forgot to multiply this through. So that's 120s minus 1200 plus 100s. Okay, let's bring it all over to the right side. So it'll be 0 equals 4s squared minus 40s minus 120s minus 100s plus 1200. Okay, so 4s squared. Gathering all these together, that'd be minus 160 minus 260, I think. Minus 260s plus 1200 equals 0. Now I can divide everybody by 4. So I'll get s squared minus, what would that be? 65s plus 300 equals 0. Now I could use a quadratic formula with that, or try and find some numbers that will multiply to that. So two numbers that multiply to 300 and add to 65. Um, let's say 30 times 10. No. How about, I'm hoping it would factor, but I don't know if it will. 300 times 1. Yeah, that's not it. How about 50? 50 times 6. No, that's not it. How about 45? I'm getting close. Say that's 56. I need 65. Um, how about 60? Well, that's it right there. 60 times 5 is 300. 60 plus 5 is 65. That's it. So S minus 60 and S minus 5. So the speed could be 60 or 5. Now, when you look up there, it can't be 5 because S minus 10, if S is 5, 5 minus 10 is a negative 5. That means they'd be going backward. Pretty hard to go 100 miles um, in the forward direction if you're actually going backward. So I would rule that one out. So the answer is 60. And then, so 60, let me come back here. So this number here is 60. And so this one has to be 10 slower, which will be 50. Right? Hopefully that helps you with that question.